The West African Republic of Liberia is perhaps most infamous for its decades-long civil war. This brutal conflict decimated both the people and infrastructure of the country. However, the strong leadership of the first democratically elected government since the war has forged a path ahead. To address issues of accountability, responsibility, and transparency in fiscal and financial management, the government of Liberia partnered with members of the international community. This partnership created GEMAP, the Governance and Economic Management Assistance Program.
After more than 14 years of devastation, the country Liberia was wrecked, decimated in terms of lives being lost, infrastructure damaged.
You had a complete breakdown in the institutional functioning of government, and it was a question of repairing that. And a critical component in terms of repairing that is the financial management of your governance system, because again, without resources, you can't address your other critical social needs, health, education, and all of those kinds of things.
USAID came in during the transitional years. They wanted to get Liberians off the street into some kind of short-term training programs, lay down their guns, strive for peace. And then the better part, I believe, of those two spheres that they set up during the transitional years was a program like GEMAP, which wasn't a quick win. It was a much longer win. It started slowly, but it had a firm foundation.
Essentially, it was to restore economic governance by beginning to rehabilitate the procedures as far as how do you manage resources, by putting in regulations and by putting in, critically, by also putting in the technical assistance that would be able to support that process.
GEMAP placed advisors at key Liberian institutions. The advisors were senior professionals with extensive global experience in their respective technical fields. With access to and support from institutional leadership and management, they introduced and implemented new systems and provided their host institution staff with on-the-job and classroom training. Staff capacity and confidence were built through the regular day-to-day interactions between the advisors and their counterparts. Some of the advisors were given co-signatory authority on the host institution's financial transactions, and a roadmap was developed based on concrete, measurable milestones and benchmarks. Upon completion of these benchmarks, co-signatory authority would be transferred from advisors to Liberian counterparts.
Giving up signatory authority to foreign specialists is a tough decision, and it had to be a high-level political decision. It was tough to take, but it was the right decision, and President Sirleaf recognizes that.
Strong host country leadership and multi-donor coordination were vital to implementing effective and sustainable improvements at the various public entities. As each institution accomplished the GEMAP goals, including financial management systems and staff training, co-signatory authority was returned to Liberian counterparts.
What had to happen? Two things. A reliable financial system had to be put in place, computers, software, training, etc. And the competency of the individuals running that system had to be assured.
We noticed when we interviewed people at the state-owned enterprises that within the Office of the Controller and financial management entities in these organizations, there had been substantial improvements in policies and procedures that had been implemented, and we thought that was a good sign for the future.
The systems that were put in place through the GEMAP program do seem to be holding strong. So I think we've laid the groundwork for lasting good management.
If one is going to do this work in a post-conflict situation, the first thing and the most important thing is strong support from the government of Liberia, which we had.
The GEMAP program is considered a model by many in USAID and in other donor agencies because it managed to bring about government and donor cooperation, and a very rapid recovery rate. I think the successes of GEMAP will help Liberia regain its position as a key actor in West Africa.
They have now 11 institutions that were broken, that no one believed in, that people would not put their money through, and today all of the 11 are functioning independently to one degree or another, some of them completely independently. They emerged, they worked hard, they had help, but they worked hard to move forward, and that they will be an example to the world that this can be done. This is what we're all hoping for. If they can be seen as a beacon of post-conflict light, if you will, it will be a wonderful thing for the whole country.
I see things looking up for our country. Our minds are being opened. We are concluding concession agreements in mining, in agriculture. We are improving the security. We are improving governance. We are tackling the things that are germane to poverty reduction. So overall, Liberia is on the march amidst challenges, but the progress is steady.